Our reading for today is section 2 of the principle of creation. And this one, the question that we have to answer today is, how is the force of conscience generated? And the work of origin, division, union, the preposition and the preposition foundation. Okay, let's start. God, the creator of all things, is the absolute reality, eternal, self-existent, and transcendent of time and space. The fundamental energy of God's being is also eternal, self-existent, and absolute. It is the origin of all energies and forces that allow created beings to exist. We call this fundamental energy universal prime energy. Through the agency of universal prime energy, the subject and object elements of every entity form a common base and enter into interaction. This interaction in turn generates all the forces the entity needs for existence, multiplication, and action. The interaction generating these forces through this process is called give and take action. Universal prime energy and the forces generated by give and take action are in a reciprocal relationship of cause and result, internal and external, and subject partner and object partner. Hence, universal prime energy is a vertical force, while the forces generated by give and take action are horizontal forces. If the function of the conscience were absent in fallen people, God's providence of restoration would be impossible. Once again, if the function of the conscience were absent in fallen people, God's providence of restoration would be impossible. How is this force of conscience generated? Since all forces are produced by give and take action, the conscience can generate the forces only when it forms a common base with some subject partner and engages in give and take action with it. The subject partner of our conscience is God. The whole process in which out of God the origin two entities are separately manifested and reunited in oneness is called origin, division, union, action. Any of the four positions resulting from the origin, division, union action, namely the origin, subject partner, and object partner, and the partner and engage the other three as its object partner, forming a communion of three object partners. When each of the four then acts as a subject partner and enters into give and take with the other three, they fulfill the three object purpose. When the origin, the subject partner, and object partner projected from the origin and the union all fulfill the three object purposes, the four-position foundation is established. The four-position foundation is the root of the numbers 4 and 3. The four-position foundation is realized by God's husband and wife, and the children as they complete the three stages of origin, division, union, action. Hence, it is the root of the principle of three stages. As each of the four positions take on three object partners is fulfilling the three object purposes, in total there are 12 object partners. Hence, the four position foundation is the root of the number 12. The four position foundation is the fundamental foundation of goodness and the realization of God's purpose of creation. It is the fundamental foundation for the life of all beings, providing all the forces necessary for their existence and enabling God to abide in them. Therefore, the four-position foundation is God's eternal purpose of creation. All beings which have completed the four-position foundation by fulfilling the three object purpose through origin, division, union, action move in circular, elliptical, or spherical path. As a result, they exist in three dimensions. As the subject and object partners begin a give and take action, the object partner revolves around the subject partner in a circular motion, and thus they become harmonious and unified. In the same manner, the subject partner becomes an object partner to God, revolving around God and thus attaining oneness with Him. When the object partner becomes completely one with its subject partner, the union can stand before God as a new object partner resembling his dual characteristics. In this union of subject and object partners, they are themselves composed of dual characteristics, and by the same principle of give and take action, they carry on their own circular motions. Although there are moments when the two levels of circular motion among subject and object partners may happen to have orbits on the same plane, in general, because the angle of revolution around the subject partner is constantly changing, the circular movement becomes a spherical movement, and hence the union always exists in three dimensions. When the single plane circular movement of the subject and object partner become a spherical movement, the dynamism and creativity of the universe unfolds. Variations in its orbit, distance, shape, state, direction, angle, force, and velocity are manifest as the beauty of creation in its infinite variety. So, totoo lang. The truth is, the only thing I understand there is that if a human or a husband and wife revolves around themselves, yun lang ang naintindihan ko. Sorry.